So I've been talking a lot about some crazy lives of authors, but today might just be the craziest of them all. I'm talking about none other than Norman Mailer. He was born in 1923 in New Jersey, and very early he's very smart. He gets accepted at Harvard age 16 to study aeronautical engineering. But after Harvard, he's drafted to serve in World War II in the Philippines on the front lines. This is an ugly war. After the war, he publishes his first book, The Naked and the Dead, based on his experiences, and it becomes a huge bestseller. 1 million copies sold. The guy is a literary sensation. But in the 50s, he's still writing other books, but it never really quite works. They're all flops. But in 1955, he does found one massive media publication called The Village Voice, which is very renowned for its intellectual and cultural influence in New York. But then his aggressive side starts to appear. And in 1960, he's involved in an episode where he stabs his wife. He's arrested, but he's basically put on probation. That's the end of that episode. It's also in that era, in the 60s, that he starts a movement with other writers called the New Journalism, whereby authors are writing nonfiction stories, but with the codes of novels, with the perspective shifting from the author to different characters, and basically this becomes a major movement in literature. His first book in that new vein of New Journalism is called The Armies of the Night, and it's an account of his participation in a demonstration on the Pentagon in 1967 against the Vietnam War, and he's surrounded by other writers. And even in this book, he refers to Norman Mailer in the third person, so there's that play on perspective there. That book wins the Pulitzer Prize and the National Book Award, so Norman Mailer is back in the game. In the 70s, he's very productive. He publishes a book called The Fight, about the rumble in the jungle, the fight between Muhammad Ali and George Foreman in Zaire. He publishes The Executioner Song, about the convicted murderer Gary Gilmore. And all these books, these new journalism books, do very, very well, and he's a very acclaimed writer. But at the same time, he's getting involved in a lot of fights. He's a provocateur. He gets invited on TV shows, and he gets involved in a fight with Gore Vidal where he headbutts him. And most notoriously, there's a fight against the actor Rip Torn on a movie set where he bites off Rip Torn's ear after Rip Torn threatens him with a hammer. I mean, the guy is out of control. In the 90s, he starts calming down, but in 1999, he stars in a really weird movie called Cremaster 2 by the American artist Matthew Barney, where he plays Harry Houdini. It's very relevant because Cremaster 2 is about Gary Gilmore, whom Norman Mailer had written about in the past. The movie's completely insane, and Norman Mailer really makes a cool appearance in it. And in 2007, at the age of like 84, Norman Mailer dies, but is very well remembered for his pretty outlandish life.